Okay, let's kick things off. Today, we're doing a bit of a deep dive into some material about an initiative called Champions of Change.
That's right. And it's really built around this core idea, see the need, be the change.
See the need, be the change. It sounds powerful.
It is. And the source material presents it not just as, a catchy phrase, but as a real vision.
A vision focused on what exactly?
Well, it outlines what it sees as three really interconnected pillars for making a positive impact. Things like empowering men,
Okay, empowering men.
which leads to strengthening families, and then ultimately changing communities.
Got it. So, three big goals there. Our mission today, then, isn't just to list those goals.
No, not at all.
We want to kind of unpack the how. How does the source actually suggest we, get there? What are the steps, the methods it lays out?
Yeah, and what's interesting is how the source connects those big picture goals you mentioned.
Empowering men, families, communities.
Exactly. It connects them to some very specific, actionable principles. It argues these goals are built on and kind of sustained by three core
Okay,
principles:
what are they?
fellowship, discipleship, and service.
Fellowship. Okay, let's start there. The source seems to really stress this one, doesn't it, as like the entry point.
Absolutely. It talks about creating a space, an environment where men can genuinely connect.
Like properly connect, openly.
Yeah, openly, without feeling judged about, their past or where they are right now. The idea is finding friendship, maybe mentorship, personal growth, just by being yourself.
That come as you are idea.
That's fundamental to their model of fellowship, yes.
Mhm.
The source suggests it's not just like casual hanging out.
Right. It's intentional.
It's about intentionally building trust,
Mm.
building authentic relationships. That's the bedrock for everything else. Without that safe space, the source argues the deeper work just can't really happen.
Makes sense. Okay, so you build that trust, that connection. And then comes discipleship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Building on that foundation, they move into discipleship. The source describes this as the space for intentional growth, personal and spiritual.
So mentorship comes in here, those like one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, delving into life's challenges, aspirations. And specifically, the source mentions growing closer to Christ, all within a supportive structure.
And it's important, the source says, that this isn't something you do after you're fixed, right?
Precisely. You come as you are to discipleship too. Same principle as
Just for-
fellowship.
Okay.
The difference is that intentional focus on growth alongside others who are also committed to that journey, guided by mentors.
Right, right. And the third one, service.
Service. And this isn't just presented as some kind of optional extra or add-on.
No.
No, it's framed as a core, really dynamic element. It involves using the unique gifts, talents, abilities that men already have
Okay.
to serve other people, particularly within their local community.
And the source connects this back to the other two principles.
Yes, and this is where it gets really interesting, showing how they all link up. It argues that serving together, it doesn't just result from fellowship and discipleship.
It actually strengthens them.
Exactly. It reinforces them. When men serve side by side, facing challenges, working for a common goal for others,
Yeah.
it deepens those fellowship bonds naturally. And it gives practical application, real-world growth opportunities that boost their discipleship. It's like a cycle.
A vital cycle, the source calls it. Action fuels connection, which fuels development.
Mm-hmm. That's the idea.
So, according to the source, then, these three fellowship, discipleship, service rule, they aren't separate steps. It's a continuous reinforcing process.
Yeah, a process that acts as the engine driving those bigger outcomes we talked about at the start.
Empowering men, which the source sees as the key lever for strengthening families.
And then changing communities.
Yeah.
The whole point of this initiative, as the source puts it, is to help men become their very best selves.
And that explicitly includes being better husbands, fathers, sons, friends.
Right. The source argues this creates an environment where men can thrive without that burden of judgment.
Yeah.
It empowers them to genuinely see the need.
And equips them to be that change through these pathways: connection, growth, action.
It's a cohesive framework. Each part strengthens the others to get that bigger impact.
So just to recap, we've sort of traced the source's path from seeing a need to understanding the call to be the change.
And then exploring these three interconnected principles, fellowship, discipleship, service, as the practical way to actually do it.
And the source's clear purpose in laying all this out is helping men become their best selves. because it sees that as the most effective route to that positive ripple effect for families and communities.
Exactly. Which, reading through this source material, it raises a compelling question for you, the listener, to think about.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, how might these principles, fellowship, discipleship, service, described here for empowering men? How might they be adapted or applied elsewhere for other areas of life, maybe different groups?
Hmm.
And also, reflecting on the source's big emphasis, what does it really mean in any kind of growth process, personal or communal, to genuinely, continuously come as you are? Food for thought.